14. June had never been to Washington, D.C. before, let alone brought into the White House Situation Room. Yet there was where she found herself, and she was duly impressed. The room, all 5,525 square feet of it, sat in the basement of the West Wing. It had been created by President Kennedy back in 1961 to deal with then-growing Soviet threat. Overseen by the National Security Council, it was where the President and his advisors met to discuss all crises, domestic or international. The room was narrow, but long. Its walls were embedded with large flat-screen monitors that provided secure video communications with contacts across the globe. A massive conference table filled the center of the room, from front to back. Plush leather chairs surrounded the table. The group that occupied them had come to discuss what was becoming a crisis that would make the Cold War seem like a kindergarten timeout. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs sat at the head of the table, focused on his smartphone, trying to figure out how to send a text. His aide explained it to him at least a dozen times. Rick Flagg sat next to Amanda Waller, uncomfortable and fidgeting because he had been forced to dress up for this meeting. Waller's case lay closed on the table. June Moon sat next to him as well, wearing glasses, looking shy, and just a bit mousy. Yet he found her distracting, under any other circumstances. Dexter Tolliver stood, and his eyes swept across the assembled group. Finally, his gaze locked on the chairman, and he cleared his throat. "Mr. Chairman," he began, "do you remember Al-Qaeda? A few of you might not. We certainly threw enough linguists, analysts, and drones at them. It took time, but problem solved." June leaned close to Flagg. Signal intelligence, he whispered back. It's data gathering by interception of electronic signals. Tolliver continued, and he fell silent again. "Now, we have a new problem," the National Security Advisor stated, and he waved a hand upward toward the ceiling. "Suppose Superman decided to rip the president out of the Oval Office. Who would stop him? We have contingency plans for North Korean nukes, anthrax in our mail, fluoride in our water. What do we do about a Kryptonian? Now, thus far Superman has shown himself to be a rescue cats from trees kind of hero," he added. "It might be an act, but just for grins, let's say he does what he says he does. What do we do if the next one turns out to be a jihadist? Then what?" He paused for effect, then turned. "Fortunately for us, Mrs. Waller has a plan, Amanda." He gestured for her to take over. The chairman acknowledged her with a nod. "All right, Amanda," he said. "What do you want us to kill? Who do you want us to kill?" He laughed at his own joke, and a few others joined, if half-heartedly. Waller gave a quick smile and stood. "We've all heard the stories of Samson living in a temple with a single push. And we know the Philistine weapon of mass destruction they called Goliath. But were they scripture or fact?" She paused and scanned the room. No one spoke. None of them wanted to give voice to views that might come back and haunt them, especially not theories that were biblical in nature. No, they didn't have the answer, but she did. She continued. "The question is, how did ancient societies deal with these exceptional individuals? In general, by appeasement, by coercion, and often cooperation. But this isn't the ancient world. In this day and age, what should we do?" Their expressions remained blank, and Amanda preferred it that way. First, explain the problem, let them stew in it, then provide them with the answer. She was leading them by the nose. "I want to build a team," she explained, "of very bad people, who I think can do some good, like fight our next war, or defeat the next Superman." The chairman crossed his arms. His body language said he wasn't buying it. Before Waller was done, he would. She was certain of it. "Not on my watch, Amanda," he replied. "I read your list. You're not putting these monsters back on the streets. Certainly not in our name." If he had planned to discourage her, though, he was going to be disappointed. "General, under my plan, we run them covertly," she said. "Non-attributed, strictly need to know, and if they get caught, we throw them under the bus." She looked from face to face. "Whether we want to accept it or not, the next war will be fought with these metahumans." That made them pay attention. Wars were something they all understood. They wanted the best soldiers on their side, and that meant metahumans. It was bound to happen someday. Better to get ahead of it. "Those meta-soldiers will be ours," she said firmly. "Or the advantage will be theirs. We're not the only ones kicking over rocks, looking for these extraordinary people. You must know that. And ours isn't the only belief system they'd fight for." "But you can't control them," the chairman protested. "Nobody can." He sounded adamant, but his voice was low. He was teetering. She had him, yet she didn't answer directly. Instead, she turned to the only one in the room who could prove her case. "Dr. Moon." The young woman looked anxious, while I nodded to her. "Now, doctor." June stood and took off her glasses. She placed her hands on the table, gulped anxiously, and whispered one word softly into herself. "Enchantress." He took 3 long seconds. New fingers sprouted from her wrist as her old ones were sucked back into the skin. The top of her hand became her palm, then spun back into her normal hand again, only now tattooed. Her torso twisted around itself as parts of her face bulged out while other parts sunk inward. Gasps arose as the chiefs stared in disbelief, and she transformed in front of them, transformed into something that might not even be human. With moments, June Moon was gone, replaced with something very different, something ancient. A crescent moon headpiece fit over her thick black hair, which hung dark and loose, almost like vines. Her clothing was animal skins decorated with leather, chains, jade, and even stone. She peered around the table, her dark eyes staring at each of the so-called leaders of America. Fantastic! She laughed. A meeting! Let's do something fun. Perhaps get a drink? Waller stepped in front of her. I'd like you to meet Enchantress, she said firmly. Everything we know about her is in your briefing packs. She walked this earth a long time ago, maybe as far back as the beginning, and she'll likely be here when you are long gone. So, the chairman interrupted, this meeting is now a magic show? Waller smiled and didn't even try to hide her contempt. General, the issues we face strike at the core of our beliefs, our science. Magic or not, this lady can do some pretty incredible things. The chairman frowned, but she had his attention. Like what? He asked. Waller smiled again, but this time was sincere. He'd asked the right question, and at exactly the right time. She had him. Go get it, girl, she said. Enchantress's eyes followed Waller's hand to the box containing her desiccated heart. She forced a tight little smile. Then, snap! She disappeared. The chiefs stared at one another, not certain what they had just seen. 5 seconds passed. 10, 20. That's all you've got? The chairman said, breaking the silence. I've seen David Copperfield do a hell of a lot better. Wait for it, Amanda responded, a bit of a noise creeping into her voice. It's coming. Snap! Enchantress reappeared, unleashing a mild shockwave that scattered papers across the room. She dropped a thick binder on the table, a binder secured with Iranian seals, written in Farsi. Waller slid the binder to the chairman. Sir, how about a little something from the Weapons Ministry Vault in Tehran? Cautiously, he opened the binder and leafed through the papers, his eyes wide surprised. We've been chasing these plans for years! The chairman slid the binder to General Conway, who rifled through it 1 page at a time. Thank you, Enchantress, Waller said. We'd like Dr. Moon back now. But Enchantress wasn't paying attention. Conway paused momentarily on the photograph. It was a remaining jar from the cave. Waller saw it too. She quickly swiped the lock and opened the case. Without attracting attention, she shoved her pen inside. Instantly, Enchantress snapped around and stared at her. Then her skin began to retract, squeezing her face, strangling her with her own flesh. She tried to resist, but the pain was too great. Enchantress, she whispered. In an instant, June Moon had returned. She looked up to Waller, pleading with her eyes. Please, don't make me bring her back. Rick Flag pushed a glass of water to her. It'll be okay, I promise. Waller shook her head dismissively. There's no reason to be worried. I control her, as I will all the others to come. You and the rest of the world will never have to fear metas ever again. Tolliver stood up again. A broad, victorious smile coiled across his face. Mr. Chairman, sir, I move that we authorize Amanda Waller to establish Task Force X under the Argus program. Immediately, all eyes turned to the chairman. A moment later, he nodded his assent. Waller, too, was grinning. She had won. She always won. Under the table, Rick Flag took June's hand in his. Now, I hate this bitch, Amanda Waller. And I wrote a new book, which is not really out yet. Not even the first one's out. But I feel like I need to write this because I hate Amanda Waller so much. The death of Amanda Waller was not an accident. It was bloody murder. It was also what many called justice. The Joker Squad. Third novel of my already other 2 novels. Anyway, you guys have a great day. It's going to be raining buckets in Toronto. I'm in Mississauga, which is not Toronto. Bye.